Hi all, welcome to this Bundesliga start for the team predictions. We've wrapped up the Premiership and now we're moving to the Bundesliga, starting off with one of the promoted teams, Arminia Bielefeld, who could easily be the Paderborn of FIFA 21, but there is a possibility that they could have enough upgrades to help their cause as well. But we'll get into this as always. So smash links as always, we much appreciate. Sub the channel if you're new, follow me on Twitter at G the Legend. All links are down below for posts on the channel and social media links as always. Comment down below your thoughts for Arminia Bielefeld. Could we be seeing them be like Paderborn, or could we be seeing quite a few goals in the team just to help our cause? But it's going to be difficult regardless, but we'll try our hardest with it and see where it goes from here. So starting off in net is Ortega. We have gave him an upgrade of +3. He is 72 base card. And we've operated the usual rule of +3 if you've had like decent game time, you're part of promoted teams, and you've had a good return from that season. That's kind of where I feel he deserves it. Now he is a rare silver, but we've made him a common gold. He could easily be kept as a rare just to keep the prices a little bit pricey, but I feel that he will probably still stay around. I would imagine he'll stay like, if he's a gold he'll be a non-rare, I feel, but I'm not convinced enough to make him a rare as it were, but see how it goes obviously. But I see that's the kind of first start. Piper, 71 rated for him. He does get a bit of an upgrade mainly because of a number of variables, and it's quite a big one at that. He goes up +6 actually, so due to form and all that kind of matter, I think will help his cause, but it depends whether or not that happens or not. As I said, I feel he does go up, so +6 is quite a hike in my personal opinion. Then we go to Nelson, who is a 70 rated card. Now for what I've seen of him, he is another one that's going to be experiencing quite an upgrade. I maybe went like Piper, I might went maybe too high, but I'm also trying to juice them up enough, so if they may not be necessarily as high, they may only go at say most 4. We're just going +3 because of promotion, but also they're never 3 on top just because of like how they've been playing and kind of established themselves as one of the better teams within the league. Then Brunner, another player that gets a half decent upgrade, but not as big as obviously Piper and Nelson. He's up 4, but still a significant upgrade regardless. Hartl going up 4 from a 69 to a 73. I'm sure Hartl was the player I'm thinking for them for Bielefeld that I could have even pushed into as a gold, but regardless, he actually possibly could, looking at research. He's not the only one that is quite easily on the cusp of going higher if they wanted to. It depends how they want to go about it. Yabo and Prietl are the first 2 golds in midfield that could happen. Yabo's probably the most likely. He's a 73. I'm sure this is the same Yabo that used to play in Austria. I'm sure, I might be wrong, but Yabo going up 2. He may go to 3 as I said, but I think for the only reason I put him up 2 is because of the game time. I think it wasn't as much game time compared to others, but he was still pretty consistent and steady. And with Prietl, he was one of the best players in the team in general for what I've read, and that's kind of why he's gone up 5. I feel that will help his cause. Usually when you've had a very good season it helps your cause. Edmondson, the Faroe Islands winger. I'm sure this guy has quite a bit of hype on him still. If you're from like the Faroe Islands, I believe. He's up 4, that could easily still go up a little bit more, maybe like 1 or 2 more. Could I see him sneak to 75? I highly doubt it, but I feel he deserves a decent-ish upgrade at least. Voglsammer and Klos both going up quite significantly as well. Voglsammer up 3, Klos up 3, both contributing quite a number of goals for the team this season. Klos should be pretty academic as a goal, if I'm honest. Like, it shouldn't be hard to put him up one at least, unless they're going to really be a pain in the backside about it. But I feel he's done more than enough to deserve and save for Voglsammer for getting up into the goal territory. It makes the team a little bit more manageable to do, especially if you've got the forwards, the midfield, half of midfield covered, and then you've got a goalie. You've just got to kind of fit the defence and the rest of the midfield around it. But Suku just up free for him. Not really enough convinced me to go more than that, but that is how we go about it. Liner, he used to play in Sweden for AIK, if I'm right. Transferred to them in like January, hasn't really done much, and I think will probably stay as he is. Some of the players coming in, like the Medina, I believe is a transfer. I've not got him, I didn't have him in my initial team notes, but I've got him as a 67 rated card. I think that is a bit of an upgrade, I think, or stays as he is, can't 100% remember, but he is definitely an extra defensive option. Berent is given a bit of an keeps the same, he hasn't played as much game time, and that kind of follows. You find with the subs and reserves, that's kind of the trend you start to see, is the subs and reserves are either transfers or players that are just not getting enough game time to kind of get upgrades, because Larsson's up 2, but as he may or may not go much more than 2, he may only stay as he is or go 1, depends who they want to go about. Lukui, I think, if that's who pronounce it, apologies if I butchered that, stays as he is. Nothing's really convinced me to kind of boost him up or downgrade him or that kind of nature. Salger's the same kind of trend. Suefert is another one that joins that club. Then you get into the bronzes, this is when it gets fun and games. Koons is the same, he didn't see any change. But as I said, this is what you tend to find sometimes with some of these teams, because they've just not played much game time to kind of merit. It's mostly game time or injuries when you kind of read into it. But it's like, even though they've been promoted, it's like you can't really justify upgrading them. Shoots is the same. Consbrush is another one that's just one of the youngsters that's not really had much game time. I think one of the players is, I can't remember if it's Bielefeld, but I'm sure there's one of the players in one of the German teams, he's only played for like 5 minutes this season, or it's like, and it was a subs appearance in like stoppage time or something. It was like came on at the 90th minute, and it was because it lasted for 5 minutes. I'm not sure if it's Bielefeld or somebody else. Yabo was a transfer, so he is, I'm sure he was given an upgrade in general, so that will help his cause a little bit, but not too significant in that. And Shiplock is someone that hasn't merited an upgrade either, sadly, staying as he is. I think some of the other players within the team might have obviously had, like, I'm trying to remember who's not obviously, because quite a few of the players have either been transferred, some of the players have been transferred from out with the team even, we'll get our words there in the end, and some players might obviously may no longer be part of the team anyway. They might have been part of the team, say, first half of the season and no longer part of it the second half. Sometimes you find that as well. But for me, I feel at least 0. One. I think they'll have 1 at least. If I was to be honest, I would say 2, and it'll be Yabo and Klos. Yabo and Klos. If they were to squeeze any more, Ortega and Voglsammer will sneak in, I think. But we'll see what happens, obviously. You kind of want as many goals as possible. It just makes the SBC a lot more manageable to kind of do. But defence is going to be expensive, folks. The midfield is going to be not too bad, I feel, and the forward line's going to be probably the cheapest. But hopefully you find this useful. Let me know in the comments down below, who do you think will get an upgrade in Arminia Bielefeld if you follow the Bundesliga, because it's a bit different obviously the Prem and the League if you don't follow them. First, like always, sub to channel if you know, follow me on Twitter, Legend, and I'll catch you all later.